She asked me to write a love letter. Something she could hide in a shoebox in the drawer. No names, no promises, just something she could look at. To remind her what the day is for. Lonely lady, middle of the afternoon. Lonely lady, coming feeling blue. Love letter on a paper napkin, full addressed to you. Lonely lady. How precious you are, I mean to me. How priceless you are, will always be. How special you are, no one can see. But I'll keep it secret. I'll keep it secret. I'll keep it secret. Sincerely.
He says he's tired of stories. He says he longs for some little language such as lovers use. Broken words like the shuffling of feet upon pavement. You want a cup of coffee? Should we walk or take the bus? I don't like sugar. You don't like standing still. One black and one with milk, and a powdered donut, please. A noise, commotion, a clash of devices, of emblems, of mottos, of epistles, of sonnets, of epigrams, of books, of chattering scribbles, of terminal sweats, of lives consumed, of cries that definitely stars, laments that make hell's caverns reverberate
We're just friends. We usually meet at the bar. I always say, honey, tell me who you are. The kids are all grown up. The man's always away. Everything's coming down around her, day by day. Lonely lady, middle of the afternoon. Lonely lady, coming feeling blue. Love letter on a paper napkin, folded, addressed to you. Lonely lady. Precious you are, I mean to me. How priceless you are, will always be. How special you are, no one can see. But I'll keep a secret. I'll keep a secret. I'll keep a secret. Sincerely. That was the first one, technically.
I said, "What's your name?" He looked at me without moving his head. "Ross Naga," he said. What I heard was Ross Nagel. I said, "What's your last name, Ross what?" He said, "That is my last name. You know, Ross is horse and Nagel is nail." "Oh," I said, "what's your first name?" "Michael," he said, but it sounded like Mikael. Mike Horse Nail said he works for Siemens AG. "Siemens?" I said, "Do you know Joachim? He works at Siemens." I tried really hard to remember Joachim's last name, but I couldn't. "I work for Siemens AG, he said. "It's a different foundation, totally different." "Oh," I said. "But," he said, "I do know Joachim." I said, "That's cool. That's cool that you know Joachim. I know him from Buenos Aires. Say hello from me." "Oh," he said, "okay." We looked around at the big room that faced Lake Lucerne. I said, "The room is balanced." Mike nodded. Mike Horsenail is huge, 6.5 feet tall, with protruding dark eyebrows and dark coiffed hair. He wears a sport coat that most men could swim in. We looked at each other, sizing up. And we heard the bells calling us to go back inside. He handed me his card and said, "Have a nice evening." And he sat down across the aisle, Mike Horsnail. He looked at me furtively as the lights dimmed. I looked at his card. Outside, the lake was turning black and put a night chill in the air. This hall is enormous and rises above the lake and lets or has matching water inside, and it is dark, but it doesn't quite hold its own with the weight of the lake at night. All this happened in the clean and fresh air, while Pilatus looked down.
I said, what's your name?
Rosnagel.
What I said.
You know, horse nail.
Oh, I said. What do you do? Siemens, he said. Oh, I said. That's cool. Do you know Joachim? No, he said.
Siemens.
A.G. Siemens. A.G. Oh, I said. He said, I do know Joachim. That's cool. I know him from B.A. And we heard the bells calling us to go back inside.
Outside grew dark, dark when you're in distress. A hug and a kiss and a word or two. Then magically there's another you. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. Not a little love can't fit. Dolly made it. Hank made it. Loretta made it. Bill made it. I didn't make it. Thought I was dying, I was feeling so bad. I had the worst heartache a man could ever have. Lonely old millionaire sitting at the bar. Money can't buy it, no matter who you are. Got a house everywhere, jam full of stuff with a big hole in the middle where it'll never be enough. Rich, rich, poor, poor, it's all the same. The days go by without a name. In a certain mood, your heart is gonna burst, and everything you try is gonna make things worse. And the sweetest little lady comes up to me. She says, honey, you gotta let it be. Think about the people who are just like you. They got the whole wide world, nothing to do. You just gotta find them and let them come in. Hold on to them till you get to them. Open up your heart and love them. You gotta keep on giving. That's what it's all about. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. Not a little love can't fix. It was magic. A kind of magic. It must have been my imagination. Because I looked around and she was gone. Now I really like to thank her. She saved my life with a song. She is the angel of loneliness. She comes to you when you're in distress. Hug and a kiss and a word or two. Magically, there's another you. She is the angel of loneliness.
There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you.
There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. Not that love can't
In the back.
Thank you.
Hang out here.
Hang out here. Never mind.
This ended up being really quiet and they weren't allowed to sign. So they are going to do what they need to do, and then we can all go in there. But it's going to be beautiful. Please stay.
That was fun. That was fun.
Bye.